Well, financially, I think people are very confused by my narrative. People think I was handed, I love when people troll me. I was handed nothing. I don't own Wine Library. Financially, it was the other way. Financially, I gassed my parents up. That's facts. I went in, spent 14 years, never paid myself the impact that I had on the business, what I deserved, because I invested in the business, and I left at 34 with no money to my name. But emotionally, they put me so on because I thought I was unstoppable, and experientially, like my dad put me on by giving me autonomy to run a business. So, it was a trade, right? Yeah, so let's just do everything here at 7.
Okay.
And have me done by like 9:30.
If someone wasn't raised in that environment with that self-belief, how does one develop that for themselves?
Surrounding themselves by people that do it for them, or consuming content that does it for them. Penetrating people's skulls and fucking reframing their game. Their fucking mom told them they were a loser. I'm telling them they were a winner. I think I can outmarket their mom. Their mom had a big head start and a whole lot of like emotional, like fucking physiological advantages, but guess what? Give me fucking 18 months of your time, give me 2 hours a day, I'll make you realize fuck your mom and go do your thing. That's what I'm up to. Hey guys, it's Gary. I say to myself I suck, but I don't let any of you say I suck. You know, like subcultures can call themselves a certain thing, but nobody else can. You can fucking make fun of your brother, but if somebody else does, you punch him in the fucking mouth. That's how I think about the creative process. It's a very interesting fine line. Like, I'm gonna hold myself accountable, but that's me with me. You are actually the judge. You as a collective is number one, me to myself is number two. A distant third, which I can't even hear, is an individual giving me feedback. I think my game is very reversed from everybody else's creatively. All of you is number one, the market. I only care about you motherfuckers as a collective, so I'm just putting out. It's the creative strategic framework that I have that is absolutely fucking right. I think you guys should build a media company. Yeah. I don't think you should advertise. I think you should build Barstool instead of VaynerMedia creative output. Fundamentally, I believe a decade from now, every company's gonna realize they're in the publishing business, they're in the media business, they'll be thinking about their OTT, you know, the Red Bulls and the Pepsis, they'll be thinking about owning an OTT outright. I think our kind of companies, not to that trillion levels yet, on our way, are gonna be thinking about becoming the Barstools and the Refinery 29s or whatever it may be. I think that's the number one thing I would invest in.
Thank you. Nice
Such a pleasure.
Good to meet you.
Such a pleasure.
Hey, how's it going?
Such a pleasure.
Tom, nice
Tom.
to meet you.
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm all right.
Sitting here? Really like the date right there early. That's tremendous. Fuck, it's amazing. Great job.
Thanks, Jay.
Super pumped. It's a great piece of content. Literally putting the date a little earlier, I think will win that 3-second Facebook game that I care so much about.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, that was fucking tremendous storytelling.
Nice to meet you.
Great to see you. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Jay.
Do you have a strategy to staying present?
Oh man, that's, if there was strategy behind that, it wouldn't work. It's who I am. So I was about to say I'm a CEO of a big company, I've got this profile, but it's not true. When I was 22 years old and I had 9 employees at Wine Library and I was trying to build this business, if I sat down with somebody for 15 minutes, even though I had a lot going on, because it seemed like a lot at the time, it was my a lot. Just like they have their lot, you have your lot, right? I think I work for somebody else. And so when we sat down, you know, whether it's somebody like you that had some context for me before and think it's really cool, or some people like, right, my CEO's got like fans or something, right? Like, and sits down, like, I'm in that meeting for that person. It's less about strategy, it's about thoughtfulness. I'm thoughtful more than that it's this crazy strategy. one added layer of like human psychology in the current state that I think you're tapping into fashion-wise. All the power is in restrictions. It's why Snapchat won.
Yeah.
I think one of the things you should consider is only available from like 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Like make it impossible. Like I'm obsessed with restrictions. Like only available 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Like that's fucking terrible. Like no, like that's the worst. Like, but exactly why it's right in my opinion. All the answers are in the no. All the answers, and it's so authentic to where your brand's positioned. I think resources are gonna run out. I will say this. The high-low of influencers, I think, is gonna be your pay dirt. So to me, the holy grail is Gigi and young baby Tate.
Young baby Tate?
She's just a real cool, like fucking. No, Little Tate's ridiculous. No, look her up, young baby Tate, right? She's like in Atlanta, fucking, she wears like, you know, she looks like she's Avril Lavigne, but she's black, and she's like, can really sing, and she's in Atlanta, and like, she's 15 months away from, you know, 21 Savage putting her on a feature, and then, you know, 22 months from now, she's famous.
Yeah.
And then I get to recall that I mentioned her and be like, look how I was on before all of you. Her, right? She's at 14.4 right now.
You in my vicinity, about to pack up, moving out to Italy.
Here's what's great about her. I have no idea how you guys would filter fashion. That's where you know. Here's what I know. She's gonna be a big star. All right, I'm gonna be late as fuck. My wife is gonna punch me in the neck.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you, Gary.
Real pleasure. Thank you. Hey brother, how are you? Dude, happiness is the fucking ROI, not checking some arbitrary, just back to the delusion and ego thing that you and I just talked about, like knowing what you're gonna do for the rest of your life at 30, or being out of the house by 30, or having your shit together by 30, or fucking being married by 30, or having a kid by 30, that's fucking horse shit. And as long as you don't fucking spend your money on fancy shit on the outside, right? As long as like you don't get like the key is like when you get a developer job and you get paid $150, that you don't live a lifestyle that's based on $150, that if you don't want to be a cook and you can only make 78, you're fucking stuck, and then you end up being a developer for your whole life, even though you fucking hated it because you needed to be able to pay your rent and your fucking lifestyle. The reason I never needed a fancy car or fancy apartment or fancy clothes or fancy things or go to fancy places was because I didn't yearn for them, and I definitely wasn't gonna do them for somebody else. I think most people do shit for other people. I think most people buy the car and the house for other people. Do some people love the leather of a car or the horsepower? Yes. Do some people like love having a home that has 9 rooms they never use? Sure. But you understand? I think once you own your weaknesses and once you tap into emotions, you become unstoppable. The reason I want to talk about all these insecurities is once you own it, it goes completely the other way. Like, I mean, it's the best. It's like it's the last scene of 8 Mile, right? Like I need you to talk about the fact that you're scared shitless. Hey bro, I need you to understand the reason you bought a Rolex is because you think you needed to bang a chick.